Alright, let's try again. I'd like to play first with my deck. And once again, I'd like to mulligan a no-lander. Ooh, a Black Lotus. Turn 1 Jace. Yeah, let's do it. We just run out turn 1 Jace. If we don't, we get to play a Deathrite Shaman anyway. One time. Oh, it resolved. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. Business. We are in it. What can our opponent do? What is our opponent up to? Underground Sea Moxjet. Tutor. All right, well. This is a heck of a start. Tutor for nothing. All right, well, we get our own tutor. And what we can do is we can tutor and then draw the card we want. So I think we're going to try that. And I think we just want to force a will, actually. Like, this is risky. This is the part where not having played a lot of Vintage really catches up to you, because I'm sure that there's some really great play I could make here, but I don't really know what it is. I could just get an Ancestral. That's sort of the standard. That's the default here, is just to get an Ancestral Recall. But I feel like our opponent is poised to go off over there, and I'm pretty nervous about it. So I feel like we want to draw Force of Will so we can have Spell Pierce and Force of Will up. So I'm just going to do that. Oh, lovely. We get to play this turn as well. So let's put one. Let's put this on top and then this on top. And then cast a Moxjet. And get this guy on the battlefield too. That'll open up our mana a bit as well. When we've got a great card draw thing going like Jace the Mind Sculptor gives you, we can certainly use the mana. That resolves. Yeah, I don't know how conservative of a play that really was, just getting the Force of Will. But when my opponent plays Demonic Tutor on turn 1, I'm scared, man. I'm just I'm not comfortable. Ponder resolves. Preordained Ponder. So it looks like they're playing maybe a Storm deck of some sort. Don't really know. Okay, we get to untap again with Jace here. So this is getting good for us. Any plays we want to make first? No. So let's draw 3. Okay, we need more blue mana. This is starting to become apparent. Brainstorm with Jace out is probably not that great. So I think we want to leave up Spell Pierce, Force of Will, and Mental Misstep, all of them. So that means we put back Decay. And Brainstorm. We do have access to that blue mana. I guess we put this back in that way. Yeah, honestly, I just don't know. We're just going to say go here, though. All right, now we get to fight. Hopefully he has Mana Drain, because then we can Spell Pierce it. Nope, he's got his own force of will. Yeah, you did it. So we basically emptied out each other's hands, but since our opponent had Ancestral waiting at the bottom of that stack, they get to reload it. Otherwise, I'd be at 1 card, our opponent would be at 2. But, of course, that's not how this pans out. So let's get rid of this. Okay, Dark Confidant, that's a good one, especially with Jace. I wonder if I should Abrupt Decay the Mox Jet here. I guess not. I need to leave up Spell Pierce. Yeah. All right. That's bad. Yeah, we are feeling a little exposed here for sure. Okay, so this is going to be Gush. I think what I do here is kill the Fast Bond. And this shuts off a big part of the combo. I mean, our opponent still is having a very productive turn here, but the Fast Barn part of the combo is really completely nuts. Because they bring the lands back to their hand and then just start replaying them, and they just get to keep cycling through, and every time they find a new Gush with the previous Gush, they get to do the whole thing over again. So we'll see if this is enough to hold them back. Dark Ritual. I feel like I like what we have on our side, but that we're going to lose anyway. Doomsday. Search your library and graveyard for 5 cards and exile the rest. Put the chosen cards on top of your library and only use half your life rounded up. Sure. We can't do anything at this point anyway. So if our opponent has some perfect Doomsday stuff going on, then so it goes. I have no idea. So I'm just going to sit back. All right, so everything's exiled. And there's 5 cards going on top. So I'm assuming we lose here. Like, we should lose this turn. That's the whole point of this card, is that they can set up a sequence where we lose. I don't know what the heck this is about. I guess this just gets 1 card out of the way since it has to be 5. The usual win condition is Laboratory Maniac for this thing. So they'll go like, basically set it up so that they have a Laboratory Maniac and then they Ancestral themselves or whatever. Though I guess I had already taken out the Ancestral Recall with my elf there. So that's... But there's other ways. Gush does it too. Gitaxian Probe, so... Oh, wow. We actually get to untap here. Oh, man. This could be interesting. I wonder if I just plus Jace and get rid of the Gitaxian Probe. I mean, this is obviously one of those spots where I just don't know. Like, if Gitaxian Probe is the only way for our opponent to draw after getting Laboratory Maniac, then that plan works. But if Gitaxian Probe is just a placeholder that just says, like, draw a card, let's keep things moving, then it doesn't. Although Gitaxian Probe also gets interesting because I can just hit for 2, exile Mystical Tutor, and then they can't play Gitaxian Probe for free anymore either. So let's hit for 2. So if I put that card on the bottom of target player's library, does that screw up the whole sequence? I just don't know these sequences. That's a problem. Like, I've obviously never played this card before. It's the first time I've ever played against it, in fact. I can put it on the bottom of their library, but I don't know if that's any different than where it would exist anyway. I'll put it on the bottom. Let's just try it. Plays a land. Then we win. That's funny. I'll have to have somebody explain that to me exactly how it all works sometime, but that deck's super complicated. Yes, that was awesome. All right, I think we want these Duresses maybe. Flusterstorm? I don't know if we want Flusterstorm. Like, usually these decks have some other way to win, I think, but you know, like a combo finish of some sort. Yeah, I'll bring in a Flusterstorm as well. Cut 1 Abrupt Decay, maybe cut 2 of them. Those are a little better, I think, when they're playing like 1-drops that are threatening to you. We can mental misstep and stuff. Yeah. All right, let's see if we can win again. That was funny. Oh, I like this hand a lot. I don't like that it has no protection early, but I like everything else about it. Ooh, and we got there. All right, so we need no green here. We just need to get Underground Sea. And let's just run Deathrite Shaman out there right now. We have Mental Misstep as a backup plan. We're going to start wastelanding our opponent as soon as they allow us to. And they're not going to allow us to. That's smart. Oh, maybe they will. Yes, they will. Brainstorm. I'm going to misstep that. Too good with a Misty Rainforest out. That can happen. Yeah, and then I'm just going to let the Wasteland train start rolling. I'm probably going to Vampiric Tutor for something awesome as well. Like this could get really good for us. Oh. Yeah, let's Wasteland though. Ah, he's got Gush. We will not fall for this, though. Gonna get Ancestral Recall and ship. That's a little scary. Yeah, this is getting very scary. Are we just going to lose this turn? That would be super bummed. Yawgmoth. Oh, man. This sucks. I don't want to lose this turn. Yeah, this is getting bad. What happens now? Brainstorm, preordain. This is just a value Yawgmoth, because if that's the case, I'll actually just feel relieved. Because normally you don't get away with that. Normally when they play Yawgmoth's Will and you don't interact at all, you just lose. Just boom, you're done. Yeah, and that might be the case here. Look at that. Our opponent's at 6 cards in hand with the Fastbond engine going. Dark Ritual. Doomsday. Okay, our opponent's at 6 and has ostensibly set up the perfect turn. Gush. Lands. How are we dying? They got 2 cards left in the yard. Gush. Black Lotus. Yeah, here we go. Play the Lab Maniac. There's a Laboratory Maniac, and just needs some way to draw some cards here. 1 mana floating, and it happens to be Gataxian Probe. All right. So we let our guard down for half a second and got destroyed. Just got annihilated as a result. All right, so maybe we bring in these Grafdigger's cages. Seems pretty good to me. Take away like a True Name. And a Flusterstorm back again. You'll have to pardon me if you can hear. There's a truck outside of my place, and it's making a lot of noise, but hopefully it's fine. Yes, we would like to play first. Oh, black mana. What I would do for black mana. I'm going to have to mulligan that, though. This one has Cage, Deathrite. Okay. It has Force of Will as well. Deathrite's pretty important here. especially if our opponent cracks a fetch land or if we draw one. Crack a fetch land. Crack that thing. Yes. Now we get to play Bob on turn 2. Sure. I think with the Force of Will in hand, I think we still just go for Dark Confidant here. Because right now we need lands, and that's just going to be the main way for us to draw lands. All right, so somehow this truck managed to not actually drive through my condo. No, it sounded like it was going to for a minute. All right, I'm going to counter this. I don't know what exact spell I'm supposed to counter here. Like sometimes people say that you're supposed to counter the let them have the dark ritual and then counterspell the thing that they play with it. That way you kind of 2-for-1 them or whatever. But I've also heard other people say that that's a mistake because when you let them have the mana, then that gives them the ability to work around what you're doing. So I haven't figured out the best scenario in each spot, but I'm just going to play it safe here. All right, here's a Mox. That's a pretty good draw here. Guess I'd rather just have the, like right now I can't actually do anything with the Deathrite, but I want to leave it up just in case our opponent cracks a fetch land. So let's play Grafdigger's Cage. Which I believe shuts off Yawgmoth's will pretty much entirely. And I'm just going to Spell Pierce this. Okay. I'm assuming that we're getting a, I guess an Ancestral at this point. Get Steel Sabotage for our Grafdigger's Cage. All right, well, I guess that worked out. Come on, stuff. Good. Mental Misstep for the Steel Sabotage. No extra blue mana, though. So it looks like he's trying to go off shortly. Well, this worked last time, so we'll try it again. Oh, the truck's back. All right, he missed again. We're still alive. Okay, Black Lotus. All right, so I think what's happening here is, yes, I think our opponent is trying to now bounce our Grafdigger's Cage and then go off with Lotus and a what's it called? And a Yawgmoth's Will. So if this works, I think we're in decent shape. Remember, we've got Deathrite to take out anything critical here. I think the Dark Rituals are the most important things to take away. Doomsday. All right, so this says, search your library and graveyard for 5 cards and exile the rest. Put the chosen cards on top of your library in any order. You lose half your life rounded up. So I think we want to exile something now. Though I have to say, our opponent has redundancy here, so I don't think that it actually is going to get it done. We can't exile the Black Lotus, which I'm assuming is part of the piece. But we can take him from 14 to 12, which makes 2 more extra damage go away because of Doomsday. So let's do that. Maybe Merchant Scroll? No, none of these really do anything. And he's got redundancy on the other 2 pieces, so I guess it's just Steel Sabotage or something? Yeah, I'll just do Steel Sabotage just because it's the only unique thing that could possibly matter here. And 12 goes to 6. But I'm assuming we get to untap here. Like, I don't think this game just ends this turn. Opponent is completely out of mana here. Has already used a Black Lotus, so it's not like we're getting Lotused out. I suppose it could be Mock something in hand, but... your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, the Black Lotus did in fact hit the pile already. I wish I could exile that. I mean, not that I think Deathrite Shaman should do more. It already does plenty. But that would be the card I would pick if I could pick any. So hopefully we draw well and can interact with this board in some way and keep our opponent from winning. We can get our opponent quite low on life. Flusterstorm. I honestly don't know if Flusterstorm gets it done here. But in the meantime, attack you. Do I even play Dark Confidant? I need to have this mana up for Flusterstorm, and I need to be able to... Do I need to? Need to be able to use this? I suppose it doesn't matter either way. Because I got plenty of food down here, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Well, I guess I would get an extra card this way. Oh well. So this is Ancestral Recall. So I mean, I can Flusterstorm Ancestral here, make him pay the 1, and give him 3 cards, but with no extra mana. So the cards are Black Lotus, Laboratory Maniac, Gitaxian Probe, and then there's another card. So if I counter this, they still have the tools to win. So yeah, you draw those cards. And then I have to try to Flusterstorm the Gitaxian Probe, I guess, like depending on how many, like maybe the storm count gets high enough. I mean, I can counter this. Yeah. Does this even get it done? I'm going to assume not, but I'm going to hope yes. Lotus. You'd think this would be pretty mechanical at this point. They either have it or they don't. I don't know, though. That doesn't do anything. Right? Players can't cast cards in graveyards or libraries. All right, we did it. Really? Yeah. Okay, let's try again.